Boys and girls, we're back with another video for the Lexus. So if you see things in the background, I don't know if y'all know already, but I sell things online, like on eBay, and I used to do Macari, but I mainly just do eBay, and then local sales too. So you might see like random shoes or random creepy ass dolls in the background. Shout out Coors Light, sponsor me. I'm gonna start off the video just showing y'all everything I got from the junkyard. I went to local pick-and pools here. So there's one in Fort Worth on Elliott Reader Road, another one in Dallas. I have no idea which one it was, but it was one of the two that was right next to each other. I can't remember which one. So yeah, I just want to go over the parts list really quickly and then show you how it all starts. This is what it's going to take for this Lexus ES330 to look OEM again, in a sense, because it's already kind of messed up already. So these are the parts we're working with. So these are for the trunk. They cover the taillights, I guess, to like pop them in and out to cover them when you're going to swap out a bulb. I actually have one of these in the car, but I destroyed it because I power washed it because the previous owner spilled Polynesian sauce in the center console, and I power washed it and it ripped it. So I just figured I'd get one of these since I was there. These are for the floor mats to hold them in. For some reason, Lexus decided they wanted to put an air shock for a glove box. So that one works, mine doesn't. I got a new shift knob, even though this one's not the greatest condition, but mine is completely like worn away here where it's down to the plastic. I figured this was better than just having that one. These are for the driver's side, like the covers that go around the bolts. It's missing all four of them. I don't know why. I got that anchor cover for I only needed one for the back behind the seat area. I didn't know that these came with this, but I found one in the junkyard. Yeah, it rained, by the way, a couple of days ago, so I need to air all this stuff out. But I figured I'd just pick this up too, stick it to the cargo area. New mirror, well, new to me mirror. I actually was surprised I found this. They had a cargo liner, OEM, and it was one of the last cars when I was leaving, when I was giving up finding anything. So I found this, came off of ES330. That's pretty cool. This is for the dash, the passenger side vent that I'm missing. And I went ahead and got these because the one on my car, this volume button is kind of wonky. Also, I don't know if this one's gonna work because I pried it off the wrong way. So we'll see. Might have just bought that for no reason. It's probably broken. All right. And lastly, an OEM 2005 manual for an ES330, which I thought was cool because I figure if this turns out to be a daily or it turns out to be a flip car, then I can just have all of this, and it's just extra things that you didn't know you wanted, but they're in the car and you don't have to worry about them. And this is how much I spent. So I went to the Dallas one. At the Dallas one is where I found the majority of these things. Oh, also, yes, I got myself the passenger side floor mat in the color that I needed. So I was really happy about that. And then the Fort Worth one, that's the one I bought, like these two and that air shock. For some reason, they charged me $20 and I got like 3 things versus the Dallas one. They charged me $59 and I got all of this. So go figure. But yeah, that's everything we're going to be installing. I know I look destroyed right now. I just came from the junkyard and I'm currently just trying to get ready right now. I'm not going to be working on these parts yet today today for me, but it's going to transition for you like really fast. I'm not going to be working on it right now, but I do need to let all these books and manuals air out because they're soaked. They're completely soaked, like you can see here. You can't see or you can't feel how it feels, but it's all like damp. So I'm just gonna let them stand and leave my fan on. I do look a little bit beat up, but that's just what we're working with. I do need JB Weld only because, I'll show y'all, but on the bumper, I guess there's a bracket that comes off of the bumper and it's part of the whole bumper. You can't like replace it. It's molded into the bumper. So I'm gonna have to JB Weld it and my fog light should be good, which I'm happy about. I have to get a fog light. This is all the parts that are gonna go into the car. Give y'all a quick before. All right, boys and girls, we are back. Probably like 5 seconds for y'all, but it was a day for me. I went ahead and I got all these parts cleaned up. I just threw them in my bag because it was easier to just carry them all. As you can see here, all cleaned up. I'm gonna do a couple quick installs, so let me show y'all that. Now this one still pretty beat up, but it's a lot better than this one that got worn down to the plastic. Couldn't show y'all that one, but I installed. I had to do it off camera too, but I installed this right here. So now I'm gonna do these seat covers for the bolts. Okay, went ahead and did both too. So I got that one in, this one in also. On these clips, I'll try and show y'all here. You can see from the side, they're supposed to slide in first and then the front comes down. I guess it's almost velvet suede cloth that we got. You're probably asking yourselves why I used a pressure washer to clean this. It's because it was covered in dried up Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A. This is the part that was tore. You can see this corner right here. So now I'm just gonna put the new one in. I freaking bent my nail back just now doing this. Gotta treat it like it's vinyl wrap, I guess. Still messed it up. All right, who cares? Cool. All right, got both of them in. That one is a pain in the butt. This one's way more easier, but that's how they look now. Just to cover up the tail lights. I guess so when you change the light bulbs. Yep, I'll do the same thing to the other side. And we also got this here. It's a Lexus first aid kit. I found it there, so I figured I'd just throw it in, but it's still kind of damp. So I am gonna install it, which is basically sticking it to the trunk liner, but I'm gonna leave it open how it is till it airs out. Yep, there you go. Pretty clean. Put some band-aids or drugs, whatever you want to put in here. Yeah, I just thought of something, a little detail just to add to the car. Trash, trash, trash. Might sell on eBay. Now, I do want to do this switch. So now, I'm trying to see if I can do this. So I'm going to try and figure out how to take that steering wheel off because, well, not take it off, but at least take the airbag off because I'm pretty sure it's like bolted in. So let me go ahead and grab some tools right now. Go ahead and take this and try and off. We can install that real quickly onto the trunk. Good as new. Have to go inside real quick and unlock the steering wheel. So on these cars it has, so it has a cover on this where the cruise control is, and then on the other side as well. Where the cruise control is, and then the other side of the steering wheel. And this car battery has been disconnected for like a week or two now, so I'm not worried about it. Hopefully I don't die though. Now that I said that, get shot in the freaking chest. There you go. Pop these two off. So I voted T30. Ooh, first try. Can't tell if it's out all the way. Oh yeah, it's out. Or should I keep the car, flip it, and try and get another car, and just keep flipping until I get to a really nice car? Should I make this a series or just stop with the Lexus? Let me know what y'all think. I guess those bolts stay in, but I ain't even gonna worry about it. a little Phillips head screw. There's like another trim piece, I think, that comes off. I can't tell if that piece needs to come off. I feel like I'm breaking stuff. Boom! That would really suck if that happened, actually. Yeah. And that harness up here. Okay. Now, how does my switch look? Oh, it doesn't come off. New plan. That sucks. Oh. Okay, never mind. Alright, fair warning, people. I have dark humor sometimes, so I went ahead and got a razor in case I want to end it all. If this doesn't work. There she is. Look at that. I definitely did not do that at the junkyard. It has 4 screws, so I took one already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, looks like it just pulls up. I need to put something in there. Right here has a little indentation where it looks like it clips in. I'm gonna leave this in there to keep tension. There she is. All right, we're taking it down further. Has another piece here where it clips in. I think that's the only clip. Sheesh. Okay, something snapped off. Ah, I see. Yeah, I broke a lot of stuff on this one. All right, let's bring the swap over. This one. I'm just gonna swap over the backs. Okay, that's good. All right, so now I'm just gonna put in the screws, all 4 of them back in, just reassemble everything, which I don't think y'all care to see. So let me just go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll catch back up with y'all whenever I'm putting the airbag and everything back in. All right, got everything put back together like it needs to be. Volume button is solid now. It used to be all jiggly. I went ahead and threw out the button already, but so what I got here is a mirror, like I saw whenever I was showing all the parts I got. This is the mirror it came with, and they held it on with duct tape. Well, I think it was electrical tape actually, and yeah, that ain't gonna fly. So I went ahead and got another mirror, and right here you can see it has a plug that goes into the actual mirror, but then these 2 wires here, they go inside of the actual mirror, and if you want to, you could try and unsolder them and take them all apart and do it that way. Or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is cut the wires and then just resolder them from the wires. So I'm just gonna strip them right now. So strip these, get some heat shrink as well, then solder them, put it all back together, and install the mirror. Won't be able to test it out because the battery's dead. So this is how it looks. Obviously, it's gonna be this way. So hooked it in first. This hook is broken, but this is how the hook looks. Hook it in first from the top, then angle it down to the bottom. Make sure these 2 pieces pop in, and make sure these also pop in on the right side of the mirror. All right, boys and girls, so today we're gonna see if this car gonna drive or not. Hopefully. So I got here, let me show y'all. I got the transmission filter from Summit. So I'm actually gonna let this one, I'm gonna lay it flat over here, just so, because whenever it came in, it was kind of just tossed in there. So I'm gonna lay it flat so it can kind of lay evenly. And then in here is the actual filter. This is the part number, the one that I bought for the car. I will also throw it into the description, that way y'all can see which one we're using. But this is the actual filter right here. And then the crush washer is right here. So yeah, make sure y'all get a new one. Mine came with one, thankfully, but if not, you can get one at Toyota dealership or Lexus dealership for that drain plug for the transmission. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave all this stuff back here because I might have to run to the dealership to go get some ATF, because I've been reading some bad reviews about the Valvoline stuff and how it says that it is usable for the car, but it doesn't shift as good or stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and try that out, but I'm gonna put you on this tripod. I might even just update y'all, because y'all aren't gonna be able to see anything that I'm doing. But once the filter's done, I'll put it in the CD axle and then tighten everything up, and then hopefully I'll throw the wheels on and drive it, see if it goes out of gear like it's been doing. So check back in with y'all, get this filter swapped out real quick. All right, boys and girls, this is how we looking. So I got the filter off, I got the pan right over there, and I got a shit show right here. So yeah, whenever I took that pan off, I didn't account for that not being able to move over because it's hitting on the jack. So it kind of spilled all over, just whatever was left over. It's not a crazy amount, but it's gonna suck to clean up. But what I went ahead and had to do to get to the last, you'll understand what I'm saying whenever you see it. Right here is the subframe. There's 3 bolts on this side, 2 of them. So one of them I could get to easily. Well, not easily, but I had to use a wrench. The other 2 I could not get to at all. So I went ahead and I unbolted the top bolt or nut. So the top one is a 19 millimeter and the bottom one is a 17. I just loosened it. And what I went ahead and did was I completely took this one off so I could raise the transmission. That one I only just loosened it. I don't know if that did anything, if I'm being honest. And right there is where I jacked it up. So I just kept lifting it until I had a decent amount of clearance to comfortably take those 2 bolts off that I wasn't able to do. They're 2 10 millimeters. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just dump out all this ATF into the can. I'm gonna go rinse off that and then get the gasket ready and everything and check back in with y'all. Probably gonna head to the dealership too. So I'll check back in whenever I get the fluids. This is how we're looking so far. So wish me luck. All right, so this is how it looks. So it's a total of 18 of these bolts that go all the way around. And right here is why I had to lift it by the engine or the transmission mount. I had to unbolt the transmission mount so I can get these 4 right here. And the torque for these, since nobody and their mama wants to put it out there, the torque for the pan bolts is 69 inch-pounds and the drain plug is 36 foot-pounds. So foot-pounds on the drain plug, inch-pounds on the bolts for the drain pan or the transmission pan, whatever. So now I'm just gonna put everything in already. I already did the new filter. Now I'm just gonna put the transmission mount back on, put everything back there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and install the CV axle into the car. Put the new transmission axle seal thing, whatever. Then I'm gonna run to the dealership and then from there just fill it up. I have to jump the battery and then see if this thing drives or still messes up. So this is where we're gonna stop just for now while I go get the ATF, so it's not gonna be much longer for y'all. But so I went ahead and got the CV axle installed. I'm also gonna make sure to put that part number in because, long story short, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto, I'll try to sell you this axle, but it's the rear axle for another year Lexus. I don't remember how it went, but I got a refund on that. But anyways, I had to order this on Amazon, so I'll link that as well. But the torque for the shocks up here, the shock bolts, is 155 foot-pounds. And then the axle nut is 91 foot-pounds. So I went ahead and got it all installed, ready to go. That way, whenever I come back, I'm just gonna put the funnel on, put in 4 quarts of Type 4, and hopefully it works. Throw some wheels on it, drive it back and forth, see if it goes out of gear or not. So check back in whenever we get that Type 4. Back from Seoul Lexus. Look at this fancy bag they gave me. If you're in Fort Worth, you know what I'm talking about. But I actually ran into a really dumb issue. So when I put the oil pan or the transmission pan on, the freaking dipstick was caught. So like, if you can see here, it's kind of bent right there. I had to stretch it back out, but yeah, I couldn't even pull the dipstick out to put the funnel in. So that's why I had to like redo the whole process of taking that filter off, which isn't that bad. Or not filter, I'm taking the pan off, which isn't that bad, but it's just annoying. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put in 4 quarts. And this is what you need if you have this car, Type 4. I went ahead and went this route because the YouTube video that I'm gonna link had, they used like Valvoline, the one that's good for Type 4, when they say that you can use it for Type 4. But apparently it like shifted really bad after that. So let's not deal with none of that. It is as of October 2023. If I could see that, $31 for 4 quarts. So I actually thought it was gonna be a lot more expensive, and I think it was cheaper than if I had got it from like the Valvoline stuff from the auto parts store. Ah, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing this, letting it leak down and turn the car on and see what happens. Alright, boys and girls. Oh my god, my face is all beat up. I currently been driving this thing for a good 12 minutes, and whenever I first got the car, we drove it. Yo, just, I know I'm sweaty. This thing ain't got no AC, but when I first got this car, I want to say maybe the first 5 minutes, the car would have stopped driving. Like, it would have doubled the time, or half the time that I've been driving it would have stopped driving. I've been driving around my block for the past 13 minutes now, and I don't know if it was the filter or if it was the axle, but it's still driving. So I'm just driving around the neighborhood because this thing ain't got no tags. It has tags, but like, I don't got insurance or anything like that. And it has bad shocks all the way around. So like, I found that out the hard way whenever I was driving and I hit a small dip. Oh yeah, look. Another thing that I found out that works. Hell yeah. I've been driving since 1:40, even though it's not 1:40, it's more like 4 o'clock. But I mean, I've been coming to stops, I've been going fast, been going slow. So yeah, I'm not sure what it was. Right now the check engine light's off, but it's gonna come back on because this car had a bunch of codes for the mass airflow sensor. I think it basically needs a tune-up. So I'll go ahead and do that, but let's go ahead and do a quick pull on my Fort Worth Speedway I got going on over here, or Montgomery Speedway, whatever I called it last time. All right, I pulled up to the Speedway. About to do a 0 to 60. This thing is so freaking bouncy. Ooh, that was a hard shift. All right, I'm gonna stop at 50 because this thing is getting a little sketchy right now. Did good though. I mean, it shifted. It shifted hard a little bit towards the end, but it shifted. So I have no idea. I just pulled it back up to the house. I'm hoping it was just the CD axle and it just needed a transmission filter or new fluid, like OEM fluid. If it is, I don't know. I feel like things like this don't really happen often, where you get a car this cheap and that's the fix. Especially with all the noises it was making whenever I first test drove it. It sounded like it was grinding gears really bad. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this car. What should I do to it? And if I should keep it, I should sell it. Let me know. Let me show you this B-roll real quick.